Hello and welcome to All About Accelerator. As explained in the title of this video, this is an overview of the unique features and functionality of the PipelineDeals Accelerator platform. All of these features are in addition to the core functionality in our standard platform. So what are we going to talk about in this video? We're going to show you how to gain additional insights into your deals using deal intelligence fields. We'll show you how to use automations to automate reminders and notifications, and how to sync your inbox and send trackable emails from Pipeline Deals. So let's get started by taking a look at deal intelligence fields. On the Accelerator platform, there are 5 additional fields available on the deals list view. And the goal of these fields is to help you gain insights into your pipeline by viewing how long deals have been in their current stage, how many days it's been since your last deal activity, when the first activity was recorded, how much time passed between the deal's creation and that initial follow-up, and what stage deals were in prior to closing. So all of these fields are going to help you spot deals falling through the cracks more easily, as well as give you some more insight into where you might be able to improve your process. So let's go live and take a look at a few examples. So what I've done here in the deals list is I've created a few custom list views using these deal intelligence fields. So I've set up a few parameters, so I'll walk you through those. And one of them is taking a look at stalled deals. So I'll pull up my stalled deals list view. And these are deals that have been in their current stage longer than 30 days. So what I've done to create this view is I filtered in the stage column for all of my active deals. So this is any of my deals that haven't either been lost or won already, so they're still active. And then I pulled in my days and stage column, and I filtered for anything with the time frame of 30 plus days. So depending on your sales cycle, you might want to tweak that a bit, but generally, if a deal is sitting in a stage for too long, it's time to take a closer look, either move it along to the next stage or call it a loss. So another one I like to look at is sort of pinpointing some of the earlier deal stages. So I created a list view around my very first deal stage, which is the evaluation stage. So this is going to show any deal that's been in that first deal stage for longer than, in this case, I used the example of 10 days. So under the stage column, I filtered for my first stage, which is evaluation, and then days and stage is 10 plus. So generally, with your earlier deal stages, you want to figure out if things are happening one way or the other pretty early on in the sales process. So you want to either move it into the next stage or disqualify that lead as early as possible so you can kind of move on and work with your more substantial deals that have a chance of going somewhere. So again, depending on your sales cycle and your customers, you can tweak that to fit your needs more specifically. So another one that I wanted to check out was using the stage before the deal was lost. So in this view, I filtered for all of my lost deals. I pulled in the stage before close field, and I'm picking on a specific rep here, John. So I just filtered in the owner column for his name. So over time, you'll start to see some trends on where deals are falling off before they're lost. So just taking a glance at this, I'm seeing a lot are falling off after the qualified stage. So that's going to tell me a couple of different things. Maybe there's an issue with follow-up. Maybe the leads are coming in, they're qualified. By the time John's following up with them, they've already moved on to another product or service. Another possibility is that maybe the leads aren't as qualified as we thought. So leads are coming in as qualified, and then we're having, a quick conversation with folks and realizing that they're not really a good fit and quickly moving them to lost. So over time, you'll start to build trends and gain more insights into, what's happening and where you can make some changes in your sales process. Let's go back to our presentation here. And another powerful feature of the Accelerator platform is automations. So automations give you the opportunity to save some time by automating some of your repetitive tasks, like sending out notifications and adding follow-up tasks. So this gives you the ability to set a trigger in your system and determine the reaction based on your team's needs and your process. So some examples of triggers that you might use are, when a deal stage changes, or when you need to set up a recurring deal, or you add a new company, deal, or person. Some of the things that you might want to have happen automatically are a follow-up task is created, that recurring deal is created automatically, automatically send out an email notification, or set up a series of tasks with a to-do template. And the goal, of course, is to help automate some of these repetitive tasks so you can get back to selling, which is what you do best. And as you're thinking through a few scenarios that would, be good candidates, just kind of thinking about, after I make a sale, what are some things that need to happen? You need to change the deal stage to close. You might need to get in touch with your accounting department so they can send out an invoice, or you might need to alert your customer support or customer success team so they can take over with their onboarding services and continue to nurture the client from there. Another, my favorite, is notifying your boss so you can celebrate that win. All right, let's go live and take a look at some automations. So the automations is an option with the Accelerator platform that you'll see in the account settings. So this is something that all account administrators will be able to have access to. So this automations page is going to show you a list of any automations that you've created. You'll notice some of these are active, some of them aren't active. A lot of times people will have more seasonal automations that they'll use, so they'll run a lot of promotions, around the holidays or summertime, so you can keep those ready and available and just turn them off when you don't need them, turn them back on when the time comes when you want to use them. So to create a new automation, we're going to press the button here, and then we'll have a few options that we need to fill in. So name the automation. This is just for your reference. In this case, I am going to ring the bell for a big deal. And just a little description. I'm going to notify executive users when a big deal closes. All right, so here I'm going to set up my triggers. So in this case, I'm triggering it off of a deal being updated, and then I'm going to add my additional parameters. So you want to be really specific with what you're including here. So we're going to base it off the deal stage changing to 1. And then we said this was a big deal, so we don't want it triggering just from any deal closing. So we're going to add value as another condition here. And we'll say is greater than or equal to, and we'll choose $10,000 in this case. All right, so we've got our triggers all set up, and now it's time to add our actions. So we've got a few actions that we can select here. In this case, I want to send a notification, and I'm going to send it to all executive level users. So in the subject and body of the email, you can, enter whatever kind of information you'd like. You can also pull in deal attributes. So in this case, I'm going to have it identify the user that closed the deal. All right, and then in the body, we'll pull in again, user closed a big deal. We'll capitalize that since it's such a big deal. And then you can enter the details in there. So you could enter things like the company name, the dollar amount. So you can find any of these deal fields that you want to include in that email to customize it. So I've got an example of what that's going to look like when it's sent out. So we've got that customized subject line. It's entering in the name of the rep that closed the deal, and then the details that we included in there was the name of the company and then the dollar amount to the deal. And then I also mentioned one of the scenarios might be that you want to send something to your billing team. So what you can do here is, instead of choosing one of these drop-down options, you could actually type in a specific email address. So oftentimes your billing team isn't necessarily a user on Pipeline Deals, so they wouldn't be able to get that notification as a user, but you could enter in their specific email address, and then it will use that to know who to send it to. So here's an example of what that might look like. You can customize it a little bit differently. Tell them who to send it to, so the specific primary contact at that deal, the name of the company, the amount of the deal. And then another popular example, aside from setting up notifications to go out, would be to add a follow-up task. So if every time you close a deal, you want to be able to send a thank you, you could set a reminder to for the deal owner to send a thank you 1 day later, a week later, maybe a check-in, whatever sort of after deal close follow-up that you might want to set up there. All right, let's go back to our presentation here. And we're going to take a look at the email functionality on the Accelerator platform. So to get started with email, the first step is going to be to sync your email with Pipeline Deals. So from the Connect tab, you'll see a button that says sync my email. So you'll press that, and from there you'll select your email provider. So we work with both Google and Microsoft Exchange. And then you'll choose your account. You'll see here that I've got my work email, and then you might have a few other, personal Gmail accounts listed there. So you'll just want to make sure you choose your work email to sync. It'll ask you for a couple of permissions, and then you'll be in. So a few things will happen after that. The first is that the past 60 days of email history to and from your contacts will automatically be pulled into Pipeline Deals and associated to the appropriate contacts. So we'll find that contact record based on their email address and then log all those emails as activities. So you'll now be able to set up custom email templates in Pipeline Deals. The emails that you send from Pipeline Deals are trackable, so you'll get notified when recipients open your messages, which is really cool. And you'll also be able to send mass email campaigns directly from the system. All right, let's go live and check this out. So this is a look at the Connect tab, how it will look once you've got your email connected. So you've got your inbox here. This is going to be a mirror image of your Gmail or Microsoft Exchange inbox. And just wanted to point out a couple of things here. So you'll see in some of these messages, we've got next task and deal details listed. So this is going to signify that this is an email with one of my contacts. So it's pulling in my next follow-up task and if they're associated with any deals. So if you're thinking, who should I follow up with first, I'd probably pick this person who's got an $86,000 qualified deal rather than someone who doesn't have any deal associated to them. We've got a couple of them here that don't have any information here. So this is going to tell me that they're not contacts in the system. So with that, this message, it's showing here because it's in my Gmail inbox, but it's not going to go any further than that. So no one else is going to see this message. Now you might want that contact to be added to the system. So if you would like to add them, you can just click on the plus person button here, and that's going to add them and then pull in their email history. Or if you just don't even want to see it in Pipeline Deals at all, hit ignore sender, and those emails will no longer get routed in here. The sent mail section is going to show you all of the emails that you've sent out. So we'll come back to this. It'll make a little bit more sense with what you can do with this section after we send a campaign. Analytics, if you're more of a visual person, this is going to show you some snapshots with some cool charts and graphs of emails that you've sent, how click rates are doing and opens with all of your users, and also who's sending the most emails. You can filter on these options as well, so you can look at time frame and look at specific users. And then the templates is going to be where you can view all of the templates that you've created, make changes if you'd like, and also add new templates. So to add a new template, pretty blank slate here. You can enter in, some cool styling. You can put in images, links. One thing I definitely want to point out here are merge tags. So this is going to allow you to more personalize the message. So especially for messages that are going out to 100 people, you'll want to use merge tags. So you can put in a greeting there and then enter their first name, whatever you want in the body. Merge tags are also available in the subject line. So that can be a good attention grabber if you enter in someone's first name, so they'll see that personalization before they even open that message. And then you can also add attachments here. So if you wanted to send out a proposal or a quote or brochure or any kind of information. So in addition to the email opens being tracked, that attachment click is also something that you get notified on. All right, so let's take a look at sending a campaign. So I'm going to go into the people list view. You can send campaigns either from the people or the deals list view. So when you think about sending a campaign, you'll want to kind of gather all of those people together that you want to send a message to. So that could be based on, their source, maybe their location. In this case, in this example, it's based on a tag that I created. So I went to a trade show a couple weeks ago. I want to send out a message to everyone that I met there. So when I entered the folks into the system, I set them up with a custom tag so that I'd easily be able to locate them. So I created this list view just by grabbing everyone who had that custom tag. So that's going to show me my list that I want to send an email to. So I'll check the box here. That's going to give me a few bulk action options. So I'm going to choose send campaign. We'll call this my MCV follow up. All right, and then I'll hit next here. So now I can grab the template that I created to send to these guys. So I'll drop that in. And then I've got a few options here. I can either hit send now and it'll go out right now. I can also schedule this for later. So this is something I know our sales team uses this quite a bit. If you want to get a jump on the next day, you can schedule it for first thing tomorrow morning. You can also send yourself a test email. So I definitely recommend that if you're doing any sort of, fancier styling or have images or anything like that in the message that you're sending yourself a test email is a good, check before you send it out, just to make sure everything looks correct and you don't need to make any changes. So we'll go ahead and send that now. And then I did want to point out as well that there are some limitations with the number of emails that you can send. So this isn't meant to, fully replace something like Constant Contact or MailChimp. If you've got, newsletters that you need to send out to 5,000 people, those types of tools are better equipped to handle that. This is really meant for this type of more targeted sales messaging. So we'll go back to our Sent tab and take a look at how we can find the results here. So just like in any of your other list views, you can filter on any of these fields. So what I'm going to look for is my round 1 MCV outreach campaign. So this is going to show me everyone that I sent the email to, how many clicks and how many opens there were. So from here, I'm going to want to set up some follow-ups. So first, I'm going to check out everyone who didn't open my message. So we'll go filter. I'm filtering on opens from 0 to 0. So that's anyone that falls into that category of 0 opens. Did pretty good on this one. There's just one person. But if you wanted to take bulk action and send a follow-up, hit send campaign. We'll just call this a second follow-up. And then you can drop in the template that you created for following up and then send out that message. Another one that you might want to do is target anyone who did open the message. So for that, we'll go anyone who opened it at least once. You might want to put some additional parameters on there, whatever you want to, whatever you choose to do there. And then in my bulk actions, I'm going to set up a task to give them a call. Set the due date for today. All right, so that's the gist of, kind of the life cycle of setting up your templates, using those templates to send campaigns, and then coordinating your follow-up according to what's been done with those campaigns. So let's take a look at some frequently asked questions here. So a lot of questions that come up specifically around the email functionality. So one of them, we touched on this a little bit, but will my personal emails be pulled into Pipeline Deals when I sync my inbox? So if you have a person profile in Pipeline Deals that's tied to that email address, it will get pulled in and logged. So otherwise, if it's a message that you have with someone that's not one of your contacts, not someone that you do business with, the emails will only show up in the inbox, which is only visible to you. Are the emails I send from Pipeline Deals sent through a third-party email server? So all of the emails that you send from Pipeline Deals are routed through your email server. So when you connect it, you're basically just saying in Pipeline Deals, here's the message I want to send, here's who I want to send it to, and then we say, okay, great, Google, Microsoft Exchange, do your thing. So that really helps with deliverability. And then how many recipients can I include in my mass emails? Since the messages are sent through your email server, there is a limitation set by your mail server. So this is going to vary, but it's typically around 1,000 per day. Do I have to send all my emails from Pipeline Deals? So in order for them to track. So with the email sync, any email that is between you and your contacts will be logged as an activity in Pipeline Deals. So this is going to include emails that you send directly from Pipeline Deals and any emails that you send or receive in your email application. Can I upgrade just a few seats to Accelerator? So the Accelerator upgrade is an account-wide upgrade, so everyone on your account would be upgraded. All right, so to recap, we looked at how to gain insights into your deals using deal intelligence fields. We looked at using automations to automate your next steps and follow-up tasks. And then we also went through email and showed you how to sync your inbox, create custom email templates, and send mass emails. Thank you for taking the time to learn about Pipeline Deals Accelerator platform. If you have any questions on this or anything else Pipeline Deals related, you can contact us at customercare@pipelinedeals.com or calling us at 866-702-7303.